Does it seem like the guards are a bit more on guard at the next gate?
At that gate, actually, it's not guards. It is Dragonborn guards, specifically. And the gate, this first gate is open, looking downwards, though, if you were to stand there. The next gate is closed, and everything in that area, other than a couple random individuals, are Dragonborn. There's like 1 or 2 humans or so forth, but otherwise it's all Dragonborn.
And you don't tend to see them in the rest of the city?
Nope. You've seen maybe a few out and about, but for the most part, what you see more is human and elf, where you've been, or dwarf. But other than human, dwarf, and elf, you haven't really seen Dragonborn, gnome, tiefling, Asmere. Maybe there's one out in the distance that I just didn't bother telling you about, but ultimately not important. As far as the buildings go, again, same kind of condition. That whole area that you can see down as much as you can see is definitely ritzier, definitely more pristine. When you're outside the city, that circular part with all the guard towers, you can tell there are some sort of towers, almost like a castle, inside of that area. Which, since this is your first time being here, I assume your character may have thought that was like the rich or the city lead district. But now it appears it's some sort of Dragonborn district.
Okay, then I'll probably spend the rest of my time just kind of observing what the people that go in and out of the main building in this area.
How long do you want to stay here?
Probably like an hour or 2.
Okay. After an hour or 2, what would he do?
Probably head back to the main guild hall to maybe look up some books.
All right. While you're there for about an hour or 2, you notice that it appears to be that for the most part, they don't seem to bother looking at you. A few take a moment to glance over at you, but then continue along their way. There is a collection of different wardrobes to almost show that, you know, they're not from the same city in a sense. Different cultures, so to say. But ultimately, it doesn't really appear to be a place of fun. Not like the merchant district that you've been in, where there's children playing, or there is a drunkard walking around, or perhaps there's a couple women, you know, like you said, standing around gossiping. Nope, instead everyone here is clearly very, very busy. Not taking any time to just sit down and drink tea, other than they come out for 5 minutes, someone sits down, drinks tea, eats like a sandwich or something, and then proceeds to go right back to work, as if it was like their lunch break or some such. As far as, say, wagons or anything of that nature, none. But you're probably able to assume if they needed to get a wagon in there, they could. Well, you know what?
A lot of people carrying paperwork.
Right. If you, as you walk away, let's say you catch up to one of them and you look over, just long enough to take a notice at what one of those pieces of paper in someone's hand might be out of a quick glance. It's something about a trade agreement between the Dwarven city and the human city. As far as the belief that this is the city lead, the people in charge of the city definitely work out of here, you would assume. But it appears to be more than that. Perhaps this is a intel center, maybe they work for Octminos, maybe this is like a place of global politics and this is where everyone comes as a neutral meeting ground to make deals. Either way, eventually you head on out because you've realized you've spent 2 hours watching people carry around paperwork, and your party might be ready to do something. As you enter into the Merchant District, you see Samael, who has, for you there, Demois, been walking around looking. You've asked a few people. No one really knows where he went. Maybe you're told, like, oh, I saw him go that way, and you walked that way for a while, and then someone else tells you, no, I didn't see him over here. Eventually, you get back towards where your guild hall is, or near there, and you see Zephyr walking out of that richer district into the merchant district.
Oh, Zephyr. We have a quest, for us in order to do. I didn't know where you ran off to.
Oh, what kind of quest is this?
There's a ruin, magical ruin that, was rumored about, and we thought it might be interesting to check it out.
Okay.
Arim and Avina are at the bar. If you want to go back there with me.
Sounds good. I was headed that way anyway.
Alrighty.
Alright, the two of you head on off back towards there. Perthros, you walk down the stairs. Your party members are in the bar area. Maybe having a drink, maybe just sitting, chilling, drinking some water. Whatever they're doing, you guys can go ahead and role play.
I'm just gonna sit down and be exhausted for a minute.
Porthos, you look like you use a nice drink.
I'll pass on that for right now.
Okay.
I don't want to interrupt your roleplay, but I just imagine Tucson goes, it looks like you could use a good drink. Looks over
and
at the
Perthos
bartender.
just twitches a bit.
Right. No, well, yeah. He twitches, then Tucson turns around and goes, bartender, 1 glass of water. And it just time slows down as he says water.
Hello.
I might have just, like, emotionally scarred your character slightly when it comes to drinking.
Just a bit. He has to make sure not anything, or that anything he's drinking isn't going to try and explode out of him. Other than that, though, I think he might be okay.
In that case, Avina, Arim, do you guys say anything to Perthros? Is anyone doing anything special in the bar, or just sitting there having like a quick small glass of water?
I am gonna sit down next to Erim. Erim.
Arim.
I know it's Erim. So, Erim, I heard you mention something earlier about magical ruins.
You know where half of that goddamn conversation came from?
What about him?
You wouldn't mind. Are we all going to it, or is that just a private mission?
I don't know.
Also, I failed to notice, but dwarves are rather cute.
I think you already told Arim that when you had walked in after having your.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I was about to say this actually. Yeah.
Although
so
she is still gonna
you
remark
said.
that dwarves are rather cute.
So you've said.
Zephyr and Samael enter into the building.
Oh, so I was able to find Zephyr here. I guess if after y'all get done eating / drinking whatever y'all are doing, we could head out to this magical room. Location. Word much. Words escape me today.
So, with that then, I assume the party is going to make way and make haste to head on to, where the parchment says to go.
Grab the horse and buggy first.
Oh, you'll definitely want to do that. Buy a horse and a cart. It's going to take you about 2 weeks to get there.
Ah, fun times. I guess, after grabbing the horse and buggy, I grabbed some rations as well.
I suppose I could have Avina cook something again.
If you intend to have enough, it is 5 silver per day for rations.
No. I know, I've got it marked up.
Does
Is it 5 a day?
Yeah, 5 a day. Does everyone intend to buy? So would that be 14 times 5? Does everyone intend to buy 2 weeks worth of rations. Whether or not
I
you
would assume
eat
so.
2 weeks or not.
I'm gonna buy 2 weeks and then an apple for the road.
We'd be buying another 12 rations.
I can also hunt along the way,
I'll
too.
buy 17.
In short, taking Jared out of it, since he doesn't need to eat, to do 12 rations a day, which would be enough for you guys to make it there, along with whatever rations you have, and then if you intend to fish, hunt, or so forth along the way, that would be 300 gold. 300 gold. Holy shit.
Jesus Christ!
300.
What is this, a fucking full-blown meal delivered to us?
300 silver.
Okay.
Just
I'm
what,
gonna
gold?
buy a half dozen of
Yeah,
potatoes.
3 gold.
A half dozen potatoes. He's
That's
like Johnny
gold each,
Appleseed,
or 3
but with
gold
potatoes.
Is that 3 gold each or 3 gold total?
3 gold total.
Okay.
But that's just your basic ration. If you wanted a bag of potatoes or some sort of like salted meat that's big or whatever, if you wanted nicer shit, it would probably cost a bit more.
Alright.
I've already got the salt meat. I just need the potatoes.
I'll
Well,
get whatever, like 7 gold or 5 gold worth of rations would get me, including like some nicer stuff as well.
For you or for the party?
For the party, I'll pay for it.
Well, in that case, guys, Samael offered to pay for whatever the fuck you want to eat, so...
Well, that's my character. He's a nice guy.
Alright, just put down 5 gold off of your character there, Demois.
I know.
And then everyone, you have food. Don't worry about keeping track of it. You have food.
Well, I mean, I'm feeding the horse already, so.
True. Okay, so the party has their shit, and you're all set to go. And you all begin on your way. As you begin to travel down the road, slightly outside of the city, you see a massive corpse of a dire bat that is, in a sense, being digested by what looks like water. It is halfway gone already, and Octomenos is standing there talking to a water-esque man and laughing.
Hysterically?
No, as if they're old war buddies or some shit.
The Great War, 410 years ago.
No, the Great War.
I thought it
would
was
have
4
been
years ago.
thousands of years ago, but you know. Wait, which war are you talking about, Tate?
The first Great War.
Yeah, thousands of years ago. Before everyone had to, everything had to get restarted.
I'd imagine this would be Marcus's character in his D&D campaign, and then he just kills everybody, including his DM, and just takes over.
No.
And now we're those characters in his session.
No. Anyway, so yeah, you guys see that. I assume you continue on your way. No one cares to talk to Octomenos about the water guy that is watching a massive pool of water digest a large bat. You continue down the road.
Pry.
But Demois, it could be evil.
It could be.
God damn it.
Cause you said that, I will, as we go past, I'll ask Armentos if there's anything I can do to help him.
As you guys can go down the road, and Samael yells that over, Oxymenos looks over, starts to say something that you can't quite understand, takes a second and goes, shakes his head and goes, nope, just having an old buddy here get rid of some evidence, and then sending him home.
Evidence?
And that's all you need to know.
I guess detect motive.
As he says that's all you need to know, you begin to detect motive, or detect alignment.
Both.
As you detect alignment, neutral. You mean to sense motive?
Yeah, sense motive, yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Okay.
What'd you get?
24.
Okay. On a roll of 24, you know he's not lying, and you're not getting along with the detect alignment, you're not getting the idea that maybe he's doing something nefarious, but you know that there's definitely something that he's trying to keep secret, potentially with the giant bat and the living water.
I guess I'll do detect alignment on the bat and the water thing then.
Well, the bat's
Can I just
dead.
start dragging him away at this point?
As you begin to detect alignment on the water thing, you get the notion that this thing is also neutral. And then all of a sudden you get tugged, and Perthros is pulling on your shoulder and going, come on!
Alrighty then. I just wanted to make sure everything was okay.
If it wasn't, I would be dead right now. Trust me, we're good.
Very well then. And I'll move on. Darn you, cow. Darn you.
So did you actually say that you'd be dead right now if it wasn't okay?
Yes, I did.
Do tell, I guess.
Let me guess. What?
Wand.
Ah, I see.
When is
Very
mine
well,
going to
then.
bring forth a lovely little...
Things could have gone a
Well, I
lot
guess
worse, but I would have preferred not having that one happen. That was very uncomfortable.
Did you know him?
Know who?
Yes,
The crazy water thingy.
No. All I know is he's not at full... Well, is he at full size right now? I imagine he's not at full size right now.
Yes and no. The water person in and of itself, the one that's about medium size right now, definitely no. But
But
the
all of
bat-
what he is there.
right, the bat was large, I think. So it is not as big as it was, because it was huge. It was a category bigger. It was
Yeah.
like 30 feet tall, something like that.
I mean, I can tell you that that thing pretty much could have crushed me without, blinking, even though it doesn't blink.
So first there's people who are foxes, and now there's people who are things.
What
What
it's not
else
from...
don't we know about the world?
That thing's not from this plane.
Oh.
Well, Avina,
You-
as mayor, there is only a handful of my race. It's really not that unusual.
You remember that lion thing that came back into this realm?
I know, but those were all at least creatures and animals, but he's water.
No, that's not what I'm saying. We pulled him out of a different plane as well. That's the same way we got this. I got this guy here. I imagine I'm saying this as we're walking.
Out of character tape, there's like maybe 100.
I know, Demois. I know.
There's like 100 people of my race, at most.
There's more than
more than that, but there's not many.
I wonder if Lal knows about the elementals too.
Like I'm a third generation Asmer, out of character.
I know Demois.
Seeing a water creature, really, other than to see whether or not it's good or evil, really doesn't phase me.
For some reason, I thought the mute button on my headset was gonna turn off my sync. I don't know why. I apologize for that.
As you guys travel down the road, for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to roll and see if there's anything that happens during them, but other than that, is there anything any of you wish to do? Like, search for gems, fucking plant potatoes in the ground as you're walking along, so maybe you can find a potato plant in 3 months. Whatever. Is there anything anyone wishes to do? Use your wand or dice?
I'd like to use dice.
We're on a job. I won't be using the wand.
As we're going, I'm going to be reading through the herbalist and survivalist journals that I copied over to see if I can find some herbs for cooking.
And I'm going to be looking for medicinal.
During one of the campaign spots, I am going to use my dice. Just once. Okay. And I am concentrating hard.
Okay. I want you to roll all your stuff then, Tate, and we'll get back to you eventually. Zephyr and Perthros will need to do search checks then for whatever you are searching for. If it's a specific plant or if it's just any plant.
I'll mostly just be keeping the horse, as we stop, like, hitching it and stuff like that, and keeping it safe and fed, etc. Because it's me and it are good friends. Me and Alphonse. He's my buddy. I guess along the way I could like check, like, see if there's like maybe like any like apples or something like that, so I can give the horse a treat along the way. Do you want me to do like a search for that?
Yeah. Nah, roll me a search for that.
Okay.
Lamb, what did you get?
10.
Jared, what did you get?
23.
Alright. Lamb, what specifically were you looking for?
Just something I could use for simple poultices. Nothing groundbreaking or specific. I find grass. Lots of grass.
For simple what? What's a poultice? What?
Basically, it's It's antibacterial stuff that you would use to close a wound, I want to say.
On a 10, you might find... I mean, really nothing.
Yeah, I figured not.
Nothing that I can think of, at least.
Yeah, I figured not much on a 10 if I'm not looking for anything specific.
I mean, you certainly find, like you said, grass. You found poison ivy. Found a couple berries that might be good, but maybe they're poisonous. Or maybe they're just edible and they have nothing special about them at all. And, Jared, what exactly were you looking for?
Some herbs and vegetation for cooking.
On a 23, yeah, I'd say you find some herbs and vegetation. Maybe like some wild wheat or spice, kind of. You're not going to find like modern day corn or a random banana tree out in the middle of a temperate plains forest, but...
No, I'd be looking more for like leafy green stuff because I'm going to be using them for fish cakes.
Right, and that, yeah, you find stuff that you think you can use. Maybe like rhubarb or some such, as an example. But definitely some leafy greens. After multiple days of travel, eventually one of these days, we'll say out of the 14-ish days, technically 12 with a end and start day added onto that, we'll say your 6th travel day. Avina, where are you using your dice?
Probably a little bit away from camp. So that way, you know, giant meteor. Something to that nature. I'd say about 10-minute walk away, 5-minute, 10-minute walk away.
And I will be following.
Alright, in that case, Tate, what do you want the first roll to be?
Well, I rolled the concentrations, which were 7 and 16.
So you do not get to change the first one.
Yep.
So you got a 10?
I only rolled once. That's all I was rolling. I was only rolling the dice once.
Alright.
But I rolled a 10. My effect roll, I rolled
So
a 5.
get an item, and then you got a 5, which you
I've
have
never
a
seen that.
16. And you can affect that by 2 or 3. 3. Sorry.
I could go up to an 8. I'll go up to an 8. Because I've never seen an 8.
Okay. You sure you don't want number 5? Do you know what a 5 is?
Nope.
Okay, then that's a useless question for you. Alright, so you want to jump it up to an 8?
Never seen 5 or 8, so...
Ooh, you're not gonna like an 8.
Oh god. Well, I have to map it out, so...
You drop the dice. It lands on the ground. And upon where it falls, an item appears.
What is it?
It is a ring.
A ring?
Upon
teleported
inspection,
Kelp here?
it's a ring.
Yeah, wait, what?
Not a ream, a ring.
A ring.
Yeah, what about me?
A ring.
Yeah, what about me?
A ringa.
Orangutan?
Sounds like a weird female version of me, Marcus.
It does.
I pick up the ring.
Are you sure about that? You don't want is it me or
Yeah, wait, why are you picking me up?
Barthur's look at it first?
Well, I'm not gonna put it on. I'm just gonna pick it up to look at it.
Well, picking it up, make you do a will save to put it on there, dude.
I'm pretty sure if it was that, it'd be a will save if you're looking at it.
No.
There would be a will save in general. So you pick it up, and what did you do?
I'm just gonna show Tosin and be like, huh, a ring.
So you bring it over to Tucson, and you go, huh, a ring. Do either of you have knowledge royalty?
Nope. Didn't even know that
Knowledge.
was knowledge.
Do you guys have
Yeah,
knowledge?
didn't even know we could pick it.
Knowledge,
Do you have
nobility,
knowledge
I think
anything?
it is.
Yeah, nobility I know.
Or
Royalty,
nobility?
no idea.
Nobility, sorry. Tate, do you have any knowledges?
I've got dungeon, geography, and nature.
Okay. Noah, do you have any knowledges?
Nature and dungeon.
Alright, Tate, go ahead and give me a knowledge geography. Nope, with
8.
that you know nothing. It was a stretch, but I was gonna maybe
You
let you have a
know
little.
nothing?
You both see a ring and there's an engraving on it, but it means nothing to you. It's a very nice looking ring.
Would I notice, Avita
No,
during
he's
this?
he's off a ways. You noticed probably after a little while of sitting in camp and eating some berries or whatever rations you have, Tucson and Avina have wandered off together.
Ah, okay. I guess I'll just wait for them to get back then.
Well, Lavina, that's not the most magical thing I've seen, but it's also not the most dangerous.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna hang on to it for now. I'm not gonna. I want Lamb to check it out, so Avina's gonna pocket
Arthos.
it and be. Or Demois. And
Samayo.
she's gonna start concentrating again. Why not go for another roll on the dice?
Okay, go ahead.
$11 for first concentration. Oh, 2 for second concentration.
Seeing it's like a 2-week trek, I just accounted for a month's worth of food for the horse. If we're gone longer than that, then I'll add it to it. There, Marcus.
Okay.
Just so you know, I am keeping track of feeding the horse.
Okay, Marcus, I rolled an 11 on the first check, and then I just rolled a 2 to change that.
So you rolled a 2 on your 12-sided dice?
Yeah.
On an 11, you can affect that by 1.
I don't want to do any of these. No. I'm gonna keep it as a 2 because that's the least affecting of all.
Alright. Roll your d6.
Kind of.
And your concentration. Oh, wait, you did. You had a 2.
Yeah.
Roll your d6.
No, that 2 was on the D12, Marcus.
Yeah, the 2 is on the D12.
Yeah.
No,
That
he
was
had
what
rolled
the
another
effect
2.
was.
Oh, okay.
4.
You've never had that one yet, have you?
Nope. Explain to me what's about to happen.
How far away from camp did you go?
About 10, 15 minutes.
Well, you're a little bit farther away. You dropped the dice, and you teleported 50 feet in that direction, away from camp.
Away from camp?
Yeah, in the direction away from camp. So you're not too far away, but you're 50 feet away.
So what is that? Teleport 50 feet away from...
Teleport 50 feet random direction. In other words, 50 feet of DM's discretion.
Yeah, DM's choice. So Tosin just gets to see me go, floop!
Yep.
At that point, I'm gonna
Just be
start...
glad the DM didn't favor to go up.
Or down.
Yep.
At that point,
Yeah.
I'm gonna start heading back to camp.
I'm gonna start heading back too. I'm done with the dice rolls. That's not a good sign when you get teleported randomly.
Do you run to catch up? Or are you gonna stay 50 feet behind Tucson?
I'm gonna have to, 50 feet's not too far, so I'm gonna catch up to Tucson at least.
Oh, Lavina. I didn't think you'd get here that quickly. Last time Perthros happened to teleport, it took him half a day's trek to get back.
Yeah, I was hoping it wasn't gonna be that when I saw that number pull up. That one seems to teleport me. I don't know the random effects on that, but I don't know how far it can teleport me. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay, with that, you guys return back to the party. Did you want to show them your ring that you found?
Yes. When we get into camp view, I'm gonna look around for Samuel and Tosin. Samuel and Perthros.
You
So-
see them.
Guys, I used the dice and
What did you do
I got
this
something.
time?
nothing too particularly crazy. I teleported a little bit away. And I got this. She pulls out the ring and holds it up.
Very interesting.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's magical. The last time the dice gave me something, it was my bow.
Guess I could do a knowledge check here. I'm trying to think
What knowledges do you have?
I've got culture. Let's see what else. Got culture, religion, history, and arcana.
Culture or history could work.
Okay. I'll do culture because I have a higher number on it.
Sure. Lamb, what about you?
I just have Arcana.
You could use it to try and see if it is magical, but I'll give it to you
Spoiler
now
alert,
if
it
it's
isn't.
not. Demois, you have no idea.
Yep. Even though
Well, I mean, what's your end number? What is your end number?
Fucking
9.
Yeah, no, you have no idea.
Yeah, I did think so. I rolled a
I don't
1.
think any of us
see.
know.
I rolled a 1. I'll see if we're gonna.
You know what?
I was just like, I rolled a 1.
To have fun with this, the moist roll again.
Okay.
Is that 18?
Yep, it'll be 18.
You are unsure of what the ring is, but for a second you thought, I think that's the legendary ring of the Pirate King.
God damn it. No.
But then you were real quickly like, no, that was a kid's tale. It can't fucking be anything like that.
I should show it to Jack Sparrow.
Right. Are you gonna show anyone else, Tate? Since these guys
possibly Arid
don't
as
know.
well, since he's a craftsman of high renown.
Alright. Kelb, if you wish to figure it out when she brings it over to you, roll me a knowledge nobility.
That I don't have.
Oh, you don't have it either?
I don't have any knowledge fucking checks, Marcus. I'm a goddamn dwarf.
Well,
That's a fighter. I don't get knowledge, I just have crafting up the ass.
you are a dwarf, so just roll me a straight...
Praise?
No. What does knowledge run off of? Intelligence?
Intelligence, yes, intelligence.
Roll me a
check.
straight intelligence there, Kelb.
Does a, 6?
You don't know exactly, but you do know something about it when she brings it over for you.
You know it's a ring.
But does it rule them all?
And it's not a ring for your penis.
Yes, it gives you free access to the rides inside the Mall of America.
I think that just went over my head.
He asked if it rules them all.
That. Oh, the mall. Gotcha.
Oh, I was connecting it to a ring for your penis, so.
Alright, Kelb, I
And
sent
a
you
free
what it
ride.
is.
And the mall.
Well, what you got for what it is. And then your character's own knowledge of what that means.
Well, before I go into that, I'm also going to appraise it. Because I can.
Of
Wow.
course you rolled a 20.
You greedy dwarf. I mean, what?
Yeah, that's also an additional +2 from the appraise modifier. So, total +3 was 23. Right, you learned off of 23, Marcus, on the appraisal. Having fun there, Tate?
No, I just want it. Like how nobody knows really anything about this, and Cal goes a 20.
On an appraisal.
True.
Not
Yeah,
the
on an
knowledge,
appraisal.
the appraisal.
Leave it to me to roll like a 1 on a knowledge. So many stuff in knowledges.
Jared, maybe your book knows.
Somehow
Okay.
I doubt that.
Upon appraisal, you are almost positive that this is... Well, here, let me just send you a message so that you can decide how much you'll tell them.
Does seem about right, though, for my character to roll a fucking 20 on appraise. I don't know jack shit about it, but I can tell you everything about the metal and all of that.
I don't know who made it, but I can tell you how they did it.
In excruciating detail.
I'm not done yet.
I was going to say, that seemed a bit short for saying you wanted to type it. Like, this is something you could have just said over fucking mumble. Also, Pete says night to Marcus and Jared.
Yep.
Good night, Peter.
Good night, Pete Pot. I don't know why I added Pete Pot into there.
It makes two of us. No, Du Bois, his name is Pete. Or Peter. Whatever. Who cares? Marcus, are you trying to make all this up on the spot?
Yes and no.
Yeah. I have expected like a copy paste thing.
No, the intricacies of how it works, I have. As far as which one this specifically was, I had to make a decision. That was on spot, yeah.
Ah.
I wasn't sure which one I wanted to give you guys, because... I mean, I don't want to be too mean, but I want to be a little mean.
Are we 1/5 of the way to summoning Captain Planet?
No.
I mean, possibly in some
Captain
regard.
Hook.
Do we have one of the rings of power for the Dwarven Kings? Or do we have one of the elf rings? Or one of the rings of man?
Tate, shush. This isn't Lord
Fuck
of
that,
the
I want
Rings.
an Elvish ring. I want an Elvish ring. Then we don't get fucked by Sauron.
Elves actually don't have rings, in a sense.
Yeah, they do. They just weren't supervised by Sauron during their making.
No, not in Lord of the Rings, in this world.
Oh.
They don't use rings. They might use them for purposes, but, like, not to say who's a king, like in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Mostly because I'm not trying to copy Lord of the Rings.
Says this coming from
I
Doctor
mean, I was
Who.
more just going from
Five
the
Nights at
Lord of the
Freddy's.
Rings reference.
Oh, I
Jack
didn't say there
Sparrow.
isn't Lord of the Rings references, Tate. I said copy. I love to reference. I do not like to copy.
Jack Sparrow. Five Nights at
Did-
Freddy's.
Did Jack Sparrow do any of the movies with you guys? No. Did the Five Nights at Freddy's thing actually replicate the game? No. Again, I don't replicate.
I know.
I
I know.
reference. Anyway, Kelb has the information. I don't know what else I could give him with an appraise check.
You know, if I had knowledge local as well, I could probably roll that. But since I don't have knowledge local,
I do, but I'm not the same local.
yeah, different local.
Yeah, I got knowledge culture, but I rolled a 1.
I guess I'll say this part out loud for you, Kelb. So then it becomes ominous for what it is, depending on what you decide to tell him. Pending on if you get caught with it, and if you...
Define you. You as in me, or you as Avina, or us, or what?
Yes. Just in general, yes.
Okay.
If you were to be caught with it, there is the potential chance that they will reward you, or there's the potential chance that they could kill you because it's believed to have been theft.
Funny you should mention this. When Tate initially got the ring, I actually sent a message to Lamb on Steam saying Avina is fucked because of this ring being stolen from a noble. Possibly from the dice. So
Right. Oh, by the way, so you can write it down, Tate. An 8 on...
Obtain stolen object.
No. An 8 on the get item, right? Which is the D12. An 8 is random royal's personal effect. You literally get something from someone of nobility.
So it literally steals it.
Yeah,
Understood.
it steals it, but specifically from someone in power that would be upset with you. Not like
So they're
some
going to
random
kill us. Got
person.
it.
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
Nice price on the black market
Yeah.
if you don't get caught.
Yeah. Can I actually go into the spiel describing it then, since Marcus actually took the time to send me the messages?
Yep.
Good. Well, this ring is entirely made of gold. I think I've seen something similar inside the dwarven main town, or at least near it. Reminds me of dwarven royalty, actually, based on some of the... I don't know, are there actual markings in this, Marcus?
Oh yeah, there's an engraving. The central part of it, if you had to assume, it can function as a multiple of ways, as both an almost identifier, and if you were to use it as a seal stamp, you know what I'm talking about? When they put the heated
so
wax.
It's a proper sigil, then?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any dwarven writing on it, then?
Yeah. That says it is that one message. The last one. Yeah, the last one that I sent about it.
Prior to the Damatate?
Prior to the Damatate.
In fact, the dwarven message on here says that this is supposed to be for the 4th in line. I would assume for the dwarven family, the royal family. But yeah, this is a good amount of money having gone into this ring. It's not easy craftsman work to work with gold.
We probably should return that.
I'm curious, where did you get it?
the ring made it appear.
The ring
The
made
ring?
it? The
What
ring
ring?
made
Or
the ring
the
appear?
dice made it appear. Send me.
The ring is self-replicating.
My god, the
Just
ring
throw
is
that
made
into
of
a valley.
nanobots.
Just throw that into a valley and we'll be able to cross it in about 7 hours.
I was just imagining that the dwarven royal family was of some sort of lantern guild.
I mean, the yellow ones are the green ones, aren't they? That's kind of...
Orange, yeah.
it's orange, okay.
Oh, is it orange? That was yellow.
Yellow is fear.
Yep.
Yeah, orange is the greedy one.
That was close.
We should definitely return that as soon as possible. As soon as we get done with our mission.
Does Areem tell him when he says we should go return that, the other fun bit about getting caught?
About us possibly being criminals and imprisoned?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna hope for the best.
Well, I'm saying
Fair
that
enough.
we return it because of my alignment, so... that and that don't really want a stolen item.
So Marcus, where are we on the map right now? Because surely we're not at the ranch anymore after that long of a trek.
You're about there.
Okay.
I would say that's about 5-day travel right there.
I
5
don't
to
know,
6
that's
day.
exactly a scale on the map.
No, there's no scale on here.
North are into scalenes, but different thing entirely.
But your Meadows Guild Hall was about a day to 2 days away. And that had a straight path to it, whereas this has a mostly straight path to it.
I will look towards Avena and kind of stern look. This is one of the reasons I warned you about fooling with magical items. Please do be careful.
Well, to be fair, I've been told I should play with it. After all, it's kind of like how Arid has been getting his toys from Gnome. We have to play with them to test them out. Speaking of which, Arid, have you gotten any toys from Gnome lately?
Besides Zephyr's Eyes?
Yes. Wait, Zephyr's Eyes?
Did you bring the originals by chance?
No.
Oh.
Zephyr hasn't said anything about these eyes not working. I haven't been too worried about it.
I mean, we're going to go see Gnome, right? He might want these ones back.
You're not seeing Gnome. The Orthal or sorry, Ortuck mission is from Gnome.
Oh. Never mind then.